So today we're going to dive into something huge, how to choose the right lawyer for an urban renewal project. And trust me, getting this decision wrong could cost you big time.
If your building is caught up in a Pinui-Benui project, that's the demolition and reconstruction kind, or a TAMA 38 retrofitting, then you are in exactly the right place. Whether you're a tenant or an owner, this first move is absolutely critical. And seriously, that is not an exaggeration. I mean, we're talking about your most valuable asset here, and you're going to be going up against professional property developers who do this day in and day out. The stakes just couldn't be any higher. Let's kind of reframe this. This isn't just some boring legal process. It's a high-stakes game, really, a negotiation, and you need an expert on your team from the very beginning. You know, you might be tempted to think, hey, maybe I can save some money and handle this myself. Let me be crystal clear. That is a huge mistake. Here's exactly why you need a legal pro in your corner. Think of your lawyer as your personal navigator through this maze, really. They're the ones who will make sense of those super dense legal contracts, they'll fight for your rights, and basically be your shield and your sword through this whole thing. Look, the developer, they've got a whole team of experts on their side. Your lawyer is your expert. They are the great equalizer. They make sure you're not just heard, but that your interests are fully protected. Okay, so we've nailed down the why. It's a must. But now for the big question. How do you actually find the right person for the job? Let's get into the how. Look, you don't want to just randomly pick a name. Your search needs a plan. We can break it down into 3 core steps. First, you've got to check they're a specialist. Second, get some real-world recommendations. And third, you need to test how well they communicate and if they'll actually be there for you. All right, you've done your homework. You've got a meeting scheduled. Now remember, you are interviewing them, not the other way around. You're in charge. And here are the questions you absolutely have to ask. This is question number 1, the big one. You're not looking for a general real estate lawyer. You need a specialist, someone who eats, sleeps, and breathes urban renewal projects. Ask for the hard numbers, ask for specific examples, and find out what kind of results they actually got. Okay, this next one is super important because it gets to how a lot of law firms work. You might have a great meeting with a top senior partner, but then poof, your case gets handed off to a junior lawyer. You need to know exactly who your day-to-day contact is going to be. This one, it's a deal breaker, a total non-negotiable. You need to know that your lawyer's loyalty is 100% with you and the other residents. If they also represent developers, even on totally different projects, that's a potential conflict you have to take very, very seriously. Okay, let's talk about the part everyone's thinking about, the money. How much is this going to cost? It's vital to understand how they charge, so let's break down the different models. So you've basically got 3 main models. An hourly fee is straightforward. You pay for the time, but who knows how much time it'll take? The cost could really balloon. A fixed fee is predictable, which is great for budgeting, but does it really push the lawyer to get you the best deal? And then there's success-based, which definitely aligns your interests, but it can get pricey if things go really well. So what's the best play here? Well, a lot of experts recommend a hybrid model. It's kind of the best of both worlds. You get the predictability of a base fixed fee, but you also give the lawyer a really powerful incentive, a success bonus to go out and negotiate the absolute best deal for you. All right, just as important as knowing what to look for is knowing what to run from. Let's talk about the big red flags that should immediately make you pause and think twice. Okay, red flag number 1. If a lawyer starts promising you amazing results or guarantees anything, be careful. Confidence is one thing, but promising the moon in a process this complicated, that's a huge warning sign. A real pro will be realistic with you. Here's another one to watch out for. They ask for the entire payment upfront. No way. Standard practice is to pay in stages as the project hits certain milestones. If you pay it all at once, what's their incentive to stick with you to the very end? And we've touched on this, but it's so critical it needs its own red flag. Avoid anyone who also represents developers. I mean, think about it. It's a massive conflict of interest. They can't fight for you and also work for the other side. Their focus has to be exclusively on you. And remember, this isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. You're not just handing it off. You're a partner in this process. So keep a paper trail, use email, save everything. Stay involved, ask questions. The more organized and engaged you are, the better. So here's the bottom line, the main takeaway. Please don't think of this as just another expense. A good lawyer is an investment in your financial future. The right one will protect you and can get you a return that is far, far greater than their fee. So the big question is, are you ready to go find your champion? Because making this choice and making it carefully is probably the single most important step you'll take on this entire journey. It empowers you and sets you up for the best possible outcome for your home.